Okay, so, um, there has been some, um, information coming. It's like people want to see this. Like, you are now being seen, and I think the general message, because there's not much else going on except for that. As far as, there's a little bit of movement when it comes to certain things, but that's mostly what it's been, is like little previews of just seeing, it's like being seen kind of things. So, there's a few things I want to talk about. One is, when you start noticing, like, say you're already pretty intelligent, and then all of a sudden, you start getting a lot of information. Okay, and sometimes when you're in perfect alignment with God, and the universe, like, information will come right when you need it. But when you're not, sometimes information comes randomly. And usually those are seeds that are planted. So sometimes it will take like a decade to even see what that information was about. Like, say you're on a journey of self-discovery and you're learning about things, you're looking them up, you're learning about things. It's kind of like, this information that comes to you is kind of like research. So say you're doing research for like in college, we used to have to do these projects, and we would have to do a lot of research, and then we would have to put it all together to prove a point, right? Well, that was kind of what, when this information is coming, it's kind of just like gathering the information to be able to use it to present or to put into action or to teach. You could be teaching this, And I'm sure there's other things that could be happening as well. But as you gather, and this stuff has been coming to me, gathering information. And sometimes the information that I know, I've learned 20, 30 years ago, and I didn't know how to apply it, but eventually everything starts falling into place, and the more you know is a good thing. You can't let things stress you out though, I think the rule of thumb that I go by is that, is it something that I can do something about? If it's if it's out of my hands and I can't do anything about it, there's no reason for me to stress about it, So I have to pray, talk to people, as I'm gathering information, maybe put into action when the time is right, because when I'm in alignment, and if I'm not in alignment, that means that I'm not necessarily ready to put into action all the information that I'm gathering. If this makes any sense to you, I am so grateful, because I know what I'm saying, but I don't know if it's coming out the way that I want it to. Because I think it's really important to gather information. And if you're in alignment, that information that you get could be right on time. But there's times in my life that I've experienced information that I would get, but I didn't put it into action until 10 years later. So it's just like tools in a toolbox. It's like sometimes you just gather things, and you don't use those tools until it's time to. It's the same thing with, learning about things. If this has helped anybody, I am so grateful. Don't stress out about the information that you're getting. Sometimes the information that you're getting could be about past issues, past people, past situations. They could be relevant to something in your life, but if you don't know what it is, it shouldn't stress you out. You should just, okay, I heard it, I know, and then if you do know what it's about and you can take action, you know, if it's in God's will to do that, you'll get led on exactly what to do. Okay, enough about that. So I've had, you know, some information come to my way and some clarity. So I want to see what the cards have to say, and then we'll just go off of that and see what goes on. So what do you want to know? What are we going to talk about today? Yeah, marriage. Okay, this could be about a marriage. This could be about somebody who is getting married. This could be somebody who has united in a relationship and is not necessarily, maybe they're engaged, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just married, like God marries people for health reasons or to strengthen them or whatever. But it's about marriage that we're gonna go and talk about. Number 3, marriage. Any more cards from this? Yes. What about marriage? What is the confirming topic on marriage? What do you want us to know? What's going on in marriage? A message of concern, official person, and thoughts. All right, we're going to stop right there. That's a lot. So somebody might be connected to your thoughts. They might be able to see and understand what you're thinking. They may be confused about what you're thinking about right now. But this is an official person. This is somebody who could be a professional or some kind of authority in your life. And there is kind of some message of concern. Maybe they're picking up on your feelings or what's been going on in your head or something like that. Right now, I need supervision. I need supervision to go. It's a dark neighborhood in my mind right now. Yule log. Insert me with a bleeding thought, a sacred creation, birth from thee. I am God, I am goddess, I am creation, I am the creator. Okay, let's go ahead and read that real quick. Where's the book? Yule log. Yule log. 44. Yule log. This is 19. So 44 is going to be back here. 40. The last one. Wow. Okay. Keywords: letting go, creation, God, and the goddess. Insert, and that's what we just read. Yule logs are burned for 12 days and represent the rising sun and the birth of the new sun god. Yule logs are decorated in all kinds of Christmas cheer, and when it is lit, each member of your household gets a turn, tossing in anything you like to release from the year. Each person gets set intention for what they hope to call into their lives. Yule logs represent the beautiful cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. When we clear out the old, we make space of the beauty that's left to come. Creation in a harmonic blend of both destruction and building. Some things must be cleared and destroyed so that they have room to welcome in the new thing or something new. Channel the energy of the goddess by healing and letting go of anything holding you back. Then channel the power of God by invoking action, courage, and demonstration. Both energies, male and female, are required to be successful in your dreams, goals, and manifestation. Yulog reminds you that what you wish for will take more than one approach. Okay. Interesting. Let's get an activation before we go to the tarot. Oh, one came out right away. Yeah, authority. Didn't we talk about authority? We have this official person here. Authority. Okay. And it says number 10, authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, direct, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And that this is the activation. So we got this green triangle. It looks like a steering wheel, right? Because authority usually takes the wheel, right? And guides people in the right direction so they don't get harmed or they follow direction so everything can go in alignment. Let's go ahead and read this one too. See what it says. Authority, number 10. It says, the word authority has most been used to describe the powers that rule, govern, lead, direct, control, and protect. It has also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, and scare us. Authority is about power. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, wisdom, experience, and inner balance. The kind of power that comes from within, where it is deeply rooted in a solid connection to Source. Eternally, this power expresses itself as presence, the ability to completely in the moment with full awareness of every aspect of oneself, all senses full engaged. While being completely centered in the heart, eternally this power steps back to witness, allow us to perceive the concern without attachment. From all this, a new authority arises, one that leads, shares, directs, and conducts with benevolence, grace, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. This is the kind of authority that inspires trust, creation, collaboration, and partnership. It is receptive in nature and expresses the journey inward, where connection with self and Source become one. Green represents the energy of abundant flows from the heart. Turquoise represents the high heart chakra, sometimes referred as the thermos chakra, and place where the heart and throat energies merge into a loving expression of truth. Gold and yellow represent abundance, truth, enlightenment, and self-realization. In numerology, 3 is considered a catalytic number. It stands as energy that speeds up or creates reaction between two unrelated things without necessarily changing itself. And there are many 6s in this image. I see it. 6 is an association with harmony, love, and balance, as well with structure, design, and efficiency. Conceptual circles stand for everything that and nothing all. Okay. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all. Balance, infinity, purity, and wisdom. And it says, try this. Close your eyes and contemplate and concept of authority for the moment. How does the word make you feel? Do you consider yourself an authority in certain areas? Are you kind, wise, and your guidance of other people? Are you coming from a place of wholeness and balance? So, questions to ask yourself. All right, let's do the tarot. Let's see what's going on here. So authority. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. You know, like the Yule log reminds me of what we did when I was attending church over at Unity. We did this burning, and something came back to me. It was like put in the trash, and I had to like clean it up again, you know, and it was like a part of myself that was placed in the trash. So it's like really important to be careful what you throw away. Some people might be throwing you away, you know, and then it'll come back to you and you have to clean it back up, you know. But okay, what does this say? King of Pentacles. So this is somebody in your life. So this authority may be someone in your life who is very stable, you know, someone who has the ability. So now we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Six of Swords is usually moving on to calmer water. So maybe you felt some turbulence, and that was what was going on in your head. And that's what the authority is probably sensing, is this turmoil that you felt. And you are now, you've gotten it out, and now you're now moving on to calmer waters, right? We got a younger person here who is a wand. Page of Wands is here, and then we have the Nine of Wands. So somebody who has been so yeah, this is somebody who's been feeling, you know, maybe hurt in their feelings somehow, you know, just feeling but this is a power, like somebody's been hurt, you know, this is the wand. So the Nine of Wands is usually what? The wounded warrior, right? Is someone who is going through, you know, some kind of turmoil or has gone through something. So yeah, strength. So somebody has been strengthened by what has happened here. Yeah, Temperance. They may be...
This year something rare is happening. Friday the 13th will appear 3 times. February, March, November. This hasn't occurred in over a decade. Most see this date as unlucky. I see it as a golden invitation. My name is Angela. I've been connected to the angels since childhood. A near-death experience awakened my gift and my mission to guide those who need light. Recently, I received a vision. A soul trapped in a dark spiral. Setbacks. Blocked opportunities, a life stuck despite every effort. Then I saw a brilliant light breaking through, dissolving everything. That light is connected to Friday the 13th, and that soul might be you.
Okay, so Temperance here, you know, you're kind of going through the balance of maybe water and fire, you know, it might be within yourself or something like that, like, but this is what some people consider an earth angel. Here is a kitty cat, and there's a fish in the bowl, you know, a big orange cat, which is kind of a fiery personality, and then you got a fish in a bowl. So that's what they did with this Temperance, which is very interesting. It's cute. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So you may be defending, or somebody is defending something here, you know, and that's where the Temperance might be coming in as well, you know. So, okay, go ahead and give me an outcome here. Outcome. What do we need to know here with this outcome? So we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on here. You know, you might be feeling a lot of things at once. The Ace of Swords is bringing clarity here. You know, like you're feeling this stuff. There's clarity behind it. And then you have the Eight of Cups, which is probably, you know, you may go ahead and walk away from this, like what is causing this disturbance. You may just stop being in a relationship, whether it's with family or it's with somebody close to you, or, you know, something, it's something close though that's bringing this turmoil. So in the 8 of Cups here, oh wait, no, this isn't a cup. This is a pentacle, the 8 of Pentacles. Oh, so there's some clarity. That's work. The 8 of Pentacles is work. It's not a cup, it's a pentacle. So it's hard because they're color coordinated, and green and pink or green and blue look kind of similar. So what I'm realizing here is that so there's a lot of options, and there's clarity on these options now. You know, you're getting clarity from what is being, you know, and you're seeing it. Like, this is something that you've gotten, this is like, there's going to be more that you're going to see here when it comes to like something that's working in your life. There's going to be a lot coming in for you, and you're going to be able to see the clarity in what's going on. Maybe you're learning more, which is good. Anything else that we need to know from here? Okay, let's just do one more card. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Devil. Oh, what about the Devil? The Devil's a dog and a cat in a cat deck. What about the Devil? The 5 of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the 3 of Pentacles. You know, the 5 of Swords is actually, could be a victory here. You know, somebody's like taking the victory with some kind of proposal that has worked. Something's working, and somebody's taking the victory from this. Yeah. There's beauty in this. Some kind of holding on. Something beautiful might be holding on to. You know, they might be holding on to see a situation clearly. So, yeah, I'm going to stop there. You know, so whatever's going on here is, you know, someone's trying to, you know, understand probably whatever you're thinking. And you know, there is no worries. It's just, you know, some inner turmoil that will probably just flow back into where, you know, back into the, you know, it just seems to be maybe some old feelings that are kind of just resurfacing, but they're going to go ahead and probably turn into a situation that will benefit you and favor your life somehow. So, because God is involved in this. So if this has helped anybody, I am so grateful, and I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you the next time I see you. Have a great day. Bye.